Hi everybody, welcome into Gamecock Insider. I'm Derek Scott. A lot of basketball to get into this week on the program, both the Gamecock men's and women's team having very successful weeks. We will start at Colonial Life Arena with Frank Martin's crew. They were hosting 10th ranked Auburn last weekend, the leaders in the clubhouse in the SEC standings, but certainly still an opportunity for the Gamecocks to make some hay. Looking for their first home win over a top 10 team since 2010. Lots of fireworks at the CLA. Let's take a look.
At the corner of Green and Lincoln inside Colonial Life Arena today, South Carolina aims to take down the SEC's best. The Gamecocks and the Tigers from Columbia this afternoon. From the elbow. Here comes Evan Hinson after the turnover. Benaya, right place, right time, and South Carolina has a quick lead. Frank Booker fresh off the bench, and the 50-year senior buries his first triple. McLemore misses right at the rim. Wesley Myers in transition to three. Good movement and Silva with the slam. Booker running. Benaya all the way. Timeout Auburn. 22-point advantage for the home team. McLemore fending off Hasse, and the freshman out to Booker. Falls through his second triple. From Booker's three, helps grow the lead to 20. Myers with the answer, it's a long two. Wesley Myers. Can answer with his own three-point play. Maybe a three-point play for Kotsar. Myers passes up a look. It's to Kotsar. Into Booker's hands. Off the window. South Carolina knocks off its third-ranked SEC opponent. Snaps the six-game skid, an 84-75 win over Auburn.
So South Carolina improves its record against top 25 ranked teams this year to 3-3. We'll hear more about what's going on with Gamecock men's basketball when we return. A sit down with head coach Frank Martin. Stay with us. Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Crescent Construction, the official roofer of the Gamecocks, and by Wild Wing Cafe. We've got just the thing to make you wild. Gamecock Insider is a production of Gamecock IMG Sports Marketing.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Okay, it's Ford Truck Month, and here's how it works. You take F-150, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, work in best-in-class towing and payload, sweeten up the offer, and boom. Look who just saved a stack of cash. Step on it, sport. Drive home America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Ford Truck Month is here. It's buy now time, people.
Right now, get a 2018 F-150 with $10,459 in total savings, plus with your trade-in, get $1,000 trade assist cash. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
This is it. This is the moment when legacies are made, and good becomes glorious. But legacies aren't just granted on game day. You can make them anytime. Will it be today or someday? The glory lies in your choice. This is the moment. What will your legacy be? You build legacies. We protect them.
Hey, Bob.
Frank, how do you get people to watch for the warning signs of heart disease?
Yeah, heart disease is the #1 killer in the state of South Carolina. You need to go get checked so you know your numbers, then you can lower your risk.
Coach, but how do you get people on board?
This is a team game. We need to do better, and we will. So go get your blood pressure checked. You too, Bob.
Coach.
Welcome back to Gamecock Insider. As you were probably just seen in the previous segment, Gamecocks had a great upset win over 10th-ranked Auburn, but that was one of just 2 back-to-back victories at Colonial Life Arena. Frank Martin joins us now to talk a little bit about the week that was for South Carolina basketball. Coach, anytime you get a scalp of a top 10 team, you're feeling great about things, but really for your squad right now, after going through the struggles of a 6-game losing streak, I would think guys really have to be feeling better about themselves because they've put a couple wins together. More than anything, they're just playing better basketball.
Yeah, we had a hard stretch of games, and it's not like we had an easier stretch this time around. We just were able to make shots against Tennessee and give ourselves a chance to win at Tennessee, and I think that instilled some confidence into our guys again. And then we obviously played our tails off in the first half against Auburn, and we've been able to kind of piggyback on that emotion, that momentum, and you know, for lack of better words, parlayed it into two home wins against a top 10 team and a very good Georgia team.
There may not be any moral victories, but there can be springboards, and that Tennessee game kind of felt like one a little bit in terms of how well you competed on the road against a ranked squad, and it seemed to really help muster some courage and some confidence in guys as they headed into that Auburn game.
Yeah, it's you think about it. We went to Texas A&M on a Saturday, flew back home to turn around and fly all the way back out to Arkansas on Monday. 2 quality teams, 2 NCAA tournament teams, and got beaten both. And then we come home, and obviously we played awful against Florida, and there's no way to cut that any other way. We were bad, but they're also an NCAA tournament team. And then you turn around and got to go to Tennessee, which is a top 15 team in the country, and it just we finally kind of regrouped in that Tennessee game, and then it gets easier. You come home and play a top 10 team in the country, and we were able to figure out a way to win.
Our Terminix Pest Player of the Week, Frank Booker, has had a great single season in Garnet and Black, and boy, this past week's been about his high level, I guess you would say. 18 points per game, the average over the last 3 or 4 games. He's doing a lot for you beyond that, but certainly making shots is a lot of what he's bringing to this team.
Yeah, it's the journey that a coach and a player go through together when they first coexist with one another involves entrusting one another. And as he has grown to trust in how we play, how we teach, and his responsibilities, that has allowed me to grow and trust in him and giving him more leeway, more green lights to be more aggressive. And our relationship has grown. That has a lot to do with him, his willingness to come in and engage me in conversations and be willing to play the kind of basketball that we've built to work to build here at South Carolina. And he's, to this point, he's had a heck of a year. He's on a run right now, a string of games where he's played real well. And I hope like heck that he can finish his senior year the same way he's playing right now.
Senior night for Frank, as well as Wes Myers coming up later this week when the Gamecocks host LSU. Just a couple games left in the regular season, the SEC tournament upcoming. Still a lot to be achieved for this team, and it feels like right now they're playing the kind of basketball you'd want as you head down the final stretch.
Yeah, we just we can't get caught up with what's going to happen in March. We didn't get caught up with that last year or the year before. All you can control is the next day of practice and the next game on the schedule. And once that one's over, take on the next one. And we're close to the end here. We're excited to see who we will become when the season ends. But at the same time, we're staying in the moment and continue to work to get better.
Speaking of senior night, the Gamecock women's basketball team just had theirs. We'll give you a look back when we return. For Coach Frank Martin, I'm Derek Scott. We appreciate you joining us here. This is Gamecock Insider. We're back after this.
We had a large storm, and our home was hit pretty bad. The next day, a friend of ours recommended Crescent Construction. They came out and replaced our entire roof, and we were very pleased with the work they did.
Call Crescent Construction's professional staff to do a detailed roof inspection at your home today. Absolutely free.
I've already referred Crescent Construction to a friend of mine.
Call Crescent Construction, South Carolina's #1 roofer and the official roofer of the Carolina Gamecocks.
Win the opportunity to be the next Farm Bureau Insurance fan on the court. Winners receive 2 tickets, pregame court passes, and autographed merchandise. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Fan on the Court is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Get the membership advantage.
Carolina and Clemson haven't agreed on much since 1896. It's a healthy multi-sport rivalry. And this year, every head-to-head competition is part of the certified SC-grown Palmetto Series. So while Gamecocks and Tigers each support their team, we can all support local farmers by purchasing certified SC-grown products. Just look for the certified SC-grown label where you shop and follow your team at palmettoseries.com. It's a matter of taste.
Go! Yes! Nice play!
Oh, still buffering.
Mine too.
What happened?
Hey, Joy, you should let your new pals know that according to a leading independent study, the most awarded network is now best in streaming.
I think you just did.
You both can get a much better view of the game on the iPhone on Verizon Unlimited.
Thanks.
Hey, Thomas, when's your flight?
Someone stole my watch. Hey!
Unlimited is only as good as the network it's on. So get the best unlimited on the most awarded network. And right now, when you buy iPhone 8, you'll get one on us with no trade-in required.
Gets it up to Kiki, right side. Kiki drives the baseline, wide open and lays it up and in. And that doesn't take a 5-point lead into the locker room at halftime at 28-23. An exciting first half. Gamecocks can find a way to win. They will secure a top 4 spot in the SEC tournament.
And now, fans, at this time, please welcome to the court City of Columbia Mayor Steve Benjamin. On behalf of the City of Columbia and council members, Mayor Benjamin proclaims February 22nd, 2018 to be Asia Wilson Day, and is also awarding Asia a key to the city in recognition of her representation of this great city through all of her basketball accomplishments and her work in the community. Congratulations again, Asia!
Welcome back to Gamecock Insider, everybody. I'm Derek Scott. When Asia Wilson made her decision to stay in Columbia and become a Gamecock, we knew it was going to mean great things for Dawn Staley's program. How great? Well, of course, we found out with the national championship. It was senior night this past week for the greatest of all time in Gamecock women's basketball history, at least in my opinion. Let's take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, your South Carolina seniors, Danielle Pierce, Lindsey Spann, and Asia Wilson.
Hey, it's game time now.
Harris feeds it left side to Danye Kleine. Up top, Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson driving left side, puts it up and in. Chance for a 3-point play. Gets it up to Kiki, right side. Kiki drives the baseline, wide open and lays it up and in. The Gamecocks will take a 5-point lead into the locker room, 28-23. Kiki puts it on the floor. Little hook shot, gets a rebound. Caroms it out in the corner to tie for 3. Bang! And there's the first 3 of the game for the Gamecocks. And it gives the Gamecocks a 13-point lead. Hugs all around, and what a senior night for Asia Wilson. 27 points, a career high, 24 rebounds. Gamecocks have secured a top 4 seed in the SEC tournament. They'll improve to 23-5 overall, 12-4 in the SEC. And on senior night, Asia Wilson leads the way. The Gamecocks will knock off LSU.
So a successful senior night for Gamecock women's basketball, also A special salute to Lindsey Spann, who only was here for one season and it was cut short by injury, but nonetheless, big contributor to Gamecock women's basketball here in the 2017-18 season, making her final appearance at Colonial Life Arena. Gamecock women, with that victory, by the way, lock up a top 4 seed in the upcoming SEC Women's Tournament. Should be a lot of fun coming up a little bit later on in Nashville. When we come back with more of Gamecock Insider, switching gears to baseball, we will sit down with Gamecocks head coach Mark Kingston and get a recap of Week 1 in his tenure with the Gamecocks, so stay with us. At Buy Low, there are hundreds of products on Down Down. Save money on all your everyday essentials. So look for the Down Down hand throughout the store and start saving today. Buy Low, the premier grocery partner of the South Carolina Gamecocks.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Okay, it's Ford Truck Month, and here's how it works. You take F-150 Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, work in best-in-class towing and payload, sweeten up the offer, and boom, look who just saved a stack of cash. Step on it, sport. Drive home America's best-selling truck 41 years straight. Ford Truck Month is here. It's buy now time, people.
Right now, get a 2018 F-150 with $10,459 in total savings, plus with your trade-in, get $1,000 trade assist cash, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
This is it. This is the moment when legacies are made, and good becomes glorious. But legacies aren't just granted on game day. You can make them anytime. Will it be today or someday? The glory lies in your choice. This is the moment. What will your legacy be? You build legacies. We protect them.
Yes, Michelle.
Coach, you've never been afraid to say what's on your mind. So why is high blood pressure something we should be concerned about?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Michelle. That's a problem in South Carolina. We rank 8th in the country in high blood pressure. That's not where we need to be. Trust me.
Is it really dangerous?
Look, if we don't get checked, you can have a heart attack, a stroke, or even go blind. So you tell me.
Good hard work has earned Kennedy Wicker the title of Colonial Life Academic Athlete of the Week. A member of the women's tennis team, Wicker is a freshman in the College of Arts and Sciences with a 3.9 GPA. This week's academic athlete is brought to you by Colonial Life. Colonial Life, the benefits of good hard work.
LT Tolbert drops the barrel nicely on that delivery. It gets through the wickets of the center fielder, and South Carolina takes the lead. LT Tolbert, another RBI, make it 2 as Chris Cullen slides in. Gamecocks lead 4-0. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And Hunter Taylor sends one deep. Hunter Taylor with the grand slam. As South Carolina loading up on Riley Ornone here in the 3rd. 0-2. He gets him, freezes him for the strikeout. And South Carolina and this young pitching staff, what a job they did tonight.
Welcome back to Gamecock Insider, everybody. Now visiting with Mark Kingston, Gamecock baseball coach, having 1 week under his belt, a 4-1 start. Coach, give us your overview, your thoughts on how Week 1 went for the Gamecocks.
I thought we played good baseball. If you look at our stats, I mean, our fielding percentage is very good. Our batting average is right at 300. We pitched at about a 2.2 ERA. So on the surface, those are all really good numbers. Obviously, we let one slip away, I felt, on Friday night, which was not how we wanted to get the season started, but we responded really well. and we're playing really good baseball. If you look at the different categories of a game and of a team that you evaluate, at this point we've seen some really solid performances, and overall as a team, we're in a good area.
Saw a grand slam earlier this week as well, and when you guys talk about how you evaluate offense, I know OPS is a phrase that gets used a lot. 968 I think was what I conjured up from week 1. What is your target for what you want to see as a team for a number like OPS that fans aren't as familiar with?
Yeah, I think generally you want 400 to be your on-base percentage, and then 500 plus is individually, we're talking slugging percentage. That's when you start to be impressed by a guy's slugging percentage. So you combine those two together, you're looking at 900 plus is when it starts to get your attention. So love to see us be over 900 as a team throughout the season. Right now, as you mentioned, I believe we're in that 960 range. So that's where we want to be. So just need to continue to build on it.
If there was an area of question this year, it was certainly pitching. You've got a lot of fresh faces, young guys who are being asked to fill roles, and a couple of those freshmen have really come out of the gate in the way you'd hope for, I would imagine.
Yeah, no question. And, we still want to see more strike throwing at a higher percentage, but for the most part, as I mentioned, our ERA is good. Our freshmen have come in and done a good job. Our JUCO transfers have come in and done a good job. So I think Skylar Meade has done a tremendous job so far in a very short period of time, bringing our pitchers along. So I think that's a really good marriage, him as our pitching coach and the pitchers we have here right now.
On the Palmetto Health injury update, a few scrapes along the way, most notably Madison Stokes, who had such a great start for you at shortstop the first weekend. Tweaked a hamstring. What's your expectation on when you might see him again, or are you just visiting with Brainerd Cooper in sports medicine every day and asking him that question? Yeah,
Brainerd's keeping us up to speed, not only on Madison, but our entire team. We get email reports from Brainerd every night just to give us an update on what happened that day, just to make sure that there's nothing that slips through the cracks. And then every morning we meet with Brainerd at 10 o'clock just to get an update on who's getting treatment, what we need to be aware of for practice, for games. Madison, we're just taking day to day. He's making good progress, but we also want to be smart about not rushing him back so that he has a 2-month setback. We can't afford to have that. So Brainerd will do a good job of getting him ready, and that's just, we have to make sure that once Brainerd gives the go-ahead that we feel like it's good to go.
All right, Coach. Big series with Charleston Southern, and of course Clemson just around the corner. Great start to the season at 4-1. We appreciate the time.
All right, thanks, Derek.
Now this from My Carolina.
We had a large storm, and our home was hit pretty bad. The next day, a friend of ours recommended Crescent Construction. They came out and replaced our entire roof, and we were very pleased with the work they did.
Call Crescent Construction's professional staff to do a detailed roof inspection at your home today. Absolutely free.
I've already referred Crescent Construction to a friend of mine.
Call Crescent Construction, South Carolina's #1 roofer and the official roofer of the Carolina Gamecocks.
Win the opportunity to be the next Farm Bureau Insurance fan on the court. Winners receive 2 tickets, pregame court passes, and autographed merchandise. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Fan on the Court is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Get the membership advantage.
Carolina and Clemson haven't agreed on much since 1896. It's a healthy multi-sport rivalry. And this year, every head-to-head competition is part of the certified SC-grown Palmetto Series. So while Gamecocks and Tigers each support their team, we can all support local farmers by purchasing certified SC-grown products. Just look for the certified SC-grown label where you shop and follow your team at palmettoseries.com. It's a matter of taste.
Go! Yes! Nice play!
Oh, still buffering.
Too.
What happened?
Hey, Joy, you should let your new pals know that according to a leading independent study, the most awarded network is now best in streaming.
I think you just did.
You both can get a much better view of the game on the iPhone on Verizon Unlimited.
Thanks.
Hey, Thomas, when's your flight?
Someone stole my watch. Hey.
Unlimited is only as good as the network it's on. So get the best unlimited on the most awarded network. And right now, when you buy iPhone 8, you'll get one on us with no trade-in required.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Crescent Construction, the official roofer of the Gamecocks, and by Wild Wing Cafe. We've got just the thing to make you wild. Gamecock Insider is a production of Gamecock IMG Sports Marketing.
And when this is completed, it takes us to a whole different level. And I think it's very special for so many people to look at this years to come and say, you know, I was a part of this.
So on a national perspective, this is going to be the building that the future buildings are modeled upon. We've put in everything that they could absolutely ask for in this building. We're giving every tool to these athletes and to the staff to create success.
When you walk through the doors, it's going to be first class. It's going to be world first class, no question about it. But it's also going to be business, it's going to be work, it's going to be improvement.
I wanted the football operation buildings to be a one-stop shop for a young man when he comes on our campus. So anything related with his football career is going to be under one roof. And within the indoor, our practice fields and the football operations facility will be as fine a developmental program as there is in the country.
We want the recruit that might be driving up to this facility for the first time to first experience excitement. They will learn, again, the Gamecock story. They will understand what the values are for them and their training and their development. They will see the pride in the program and the history of the program.
When you start talking in terms of football, we got areas that our kids can stay. We got barbershop, coaches' offices, nutrition. I mean, everything you ever want, everything you can ever need is sitting right here. And so when we say all-inclusive, I mean, we truly mean all-inclusive.
For me, deep down inside, that I helped, I contributed, that's reward enough for me.
But these guys, as we know, some of them, they're thinking about the next level. A lot of them are. So when they can look at a facility like this, it's not only going to prepare them to do better on Saturdays here, but it's also going to develop them to be a better student athlete, but more than that, a better football player if they want to take it to the next level.
We need everybody that can help. At the end of the day, you've got to invest in your program if you want to get our program where it needs to be. And the investment is so important for our players, for our coaches, to continue to move this program forward and win a championship, and that's what we're going to do.
Back to wrap things up on this week's edition of Gamecock Insider. We invite you to join us again next week. We'll talk a little more baseball. We'll have Carlos Cortez in the spotlight. The Gamecock sophomore standout tells us more about what made him decide to wear the garnet and black. We hope you'll join us then. Until then, I'm Derek Scott. Thanks for watching. This has been Gamecock Insider.